to another good episode of Two Smooth Operators, the only podcast about gate operator life
The only
for
one.
technicians.
And there's a reason why.
Your hosts, Michael Brooks and Robert Evers. Stay
Yeah.
tuned for another great episode. Yeah, another great episode. What's up?
What's going on, man?
Oh, not much. Just chilling this Sunday evening here and enjoying this little storm we got to cool things down a little bit. So
Yeah, it was hot out there today. I ran into work for a minute, and God dang, I can't even remember the guy's name now. I have to take a look at it.
I do that all the time. So
Jeff
not the
with
only one.
Advanced Doors. He was in Colorado. Now he's out here in Georgia.
He's in Georgia.
Stop by. Oh yeah, the big time, baby. That's the only way to play the game. He stopped by and got some gates off of Adam's place, whatever. So yeah. Anyways, it's hot out here too, but it ain't freaking Las Vegas hot. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I'll take it. ATL. So yeah. Anyways, what's going on, man? What have you been up to the last couple weeks?
Well, I got a new crew.
Like it or not, they're new.
Yeah.
So
Two of the guys, one of them is going to be a realtor. So he went into real estate full time, and then the other one graduated college and filled the application out for a job, and he took on another job. And then the other one, well, he's going to be an insurance salesman, so he's going to do that full time. So.
Oh, gotcha. So they're just getting something to get through the summer?
Well, they worked with me 3 years.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. You're talking about the guys that went out on you.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. I thought you were talking about your new guys.
Oh, no, new guys. They're well, I got two new ones right now. But actually, one of them worked with me. He already knows how to put fence, and he's pretty familiar with gate operators, so he's worked with me in the past over years.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're setting up the training facility for the ECA. I think that's the place I work for. I can't remember, EAC or ECA. ECA, I think. Yeah, Adam, man, he's not playing around, dude. We have, let's see, Cellgate, Door King, Lift Master, Cap XL, the new Cap XL, the new Cap M, XLM. And stuff like that. We got a maximum gate operator, Viking. Sorry, I had to think of it. I had to look away. So yeah, finding people that are talented like that. So I guess you're kind of lucky because you got somebody that's already done it before.
Yeah, and he was working for a big corporation, and they did a 10% cut, and he got cut. So.
Oh, gotcha.
And then he called me and said, This will be his third time coming back. He's like, I ain't leaving. I said, okay.
Young guy, medium guy, old
He's
guy?
older than me. He's 50 years old.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, that's pretty old these days. That knowing about the gate operator stuff for the last 2 years since I was in Las Vegas. I mean, you probably heard it so many times you were sick that training from the classroom as opposed to training out in the field or somebody that's been out in the field for an instructor is two different things. I mean, the last month we've been so far behind. I have been out in the field, whereas main responsibilities that I have are training, recruiting, processes for the truck, and basically just supervisor role for the guys in the field. And But I was out in the field, and I mean, it does not take much for you to forget all the stuff that you've learned. I mean, I was
Yeah.
just like, well, does Cap 2D do this? Does Cap 2D do that? Where do I go to do this? Here's you can't
Mm-hmm.
can't go to your distributor and get an RMA. You got to call LiftMaster, blah blah blah, all that stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a
Mm-hmm.
big difference from being out in the field and being in the classroom the whole time. And I that showed its ass this week because I every job that I've been on so far, either couldn't finish or didn't have the technical ability according to the way that it played out to finish it. So you're pretty lucky to have somebody that knows the gate operator stuff. Does he know the
Yeah.
access control stuff as well?
No, well, he's familiar with it. I mean, he's been gone for 10 years, about 13 years. So I told him I got to catch him up on all the UL 325 stuff because back when he was doing, it, we didn't have all that extra stuff going on. And we went on a couple service calls, and he got right in there with us, and you know, he was kind of knew what to do, and I was over there hitting the keypad, and I'm like, hook that wire back up, because most service calls is my gate won't close, and we drove an hour away from our shop, went over there. I see the exit. It was a 585 LiftMaster slide gate. Exit light
Yep.
was on, gate open. I went over there, hit the keypad. First, I told him to unhook the wire. He unhooked the wire. I said, hook the wire back up, and the light came back on. And I called the customer. I said, what's your latching code? Da 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 da. I hit the latching code. I said, hook the wire back up. The light didn't come back on. The gate closed. That's all we had to do.
There you go.
And it's that simple. And I was telling him, it's still simple stuff, but we're going to still check the loops, check everything, make sure everything's working. Then we'll hotel.
Yeah, I mean that's all you can do. Um, we're looking at processes to because once you touch it, you own it. Is a philosophy that we're working with, and
Yeah,
we're looking
that's
at
right.
where my question is where does it stop? Do you just
Well,
go okay? Like for instance, the
yeah.
loops. I'm
Mhm.
not gonna. My opinion is, of course, my opinion is not 100% these days of what's going to actually happen is, to physically test the loops is really all you need. And you can do
Yeah.
that. You can let the customer do that, as
Well,
opposed.
what I do is you could take an extension cord and put them over top of it, plug it in, see if the light comes on. Plug it in, see if the light comes on. That's part of my service call. And then, or you could drive your vehicle over it and test it. You know,
Yeah.
make sure the lights are on and all that. And then I don't go no further than that unless it's something keeping the gate open or they call and say, hey, that's what the problem is. But if it's not the problem, I just do a quick little check and just that way they can't come up and say, well, you came here last week and it was, you didn't check them. So I do a little check, just make sure that the indicator light's coming on and off and stuff like that. But not far as like taking my meter out and testing each loop. No, I'm not going to do that unless it's necessary.
Yeah. I don't think that it is. Here's the other thing. So I was, what's up, Justin? Just saying hi. Justin, I don't think I've ever met a dude with the name JSTEN. I've always seen it IN. I don't know that we met before. Do you know Justin?
I don't know. I might know.
No, either. I don't know that I've even seen him on the
Just
forums. So
what's
Justin,
up, man?
good
Tell us about
afternoon, brother.
your week, but what you've been working on, Justin.
Yeah, put it out there. What's the problem that you had this week? And let me talk about it for half an hour, and let Robert fix it in 10 minutes. So,
Well,
uh,
I got my ass handed to me this past week.
oh yeah, from a technical standpoint, or
Well, I've been
from a
working
customer
on this
standpoint.
Sun Power Gate. It's Jim Todd. I'm working on a Sun Power Gate that got hit by a vehicle. Put a new gate in it, and I kept having problems with it. Kept having problems with it. It'll work for 2 weeks and quit. Work for a week and quit. And I went to go try to fix it again. They called another company out of Raleigh, and they bought another part for it that they said was bent, in which I agree it was bent, and hopefully that will fix it. But that was my next step, was to buy that next part to fix it. But I wasn't real familiar with the Sun Power Gate because it's the one that lifts up like this. But I'm familiar with it now. But if I would have had that part, maybe it would have kept working. But I honestly, I don't think it's going to continue to work even when they put that new part on it. So
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the diagnostic process is, I mean, tell me how many mechanics do you know that's you're putting out, you're putting a new engine in there and them going, yep, everything should be good for another 3 years. I mean, it just doesn't happen. And that's what they
yeah,
expect for the gate operators. They think it's so simple, but it's not. So,
yeah,
hey, what's up, Jim? Monty's out here. Here's his way he tests loops. We have a 2x2 piece of flat steel. I would imagine he means 2 foot by 2 foot with a rope
yeah.
attached to it to drag it. Yeah, I've taken, so I have the same thing. I have a paint shield, and it's just a 10 foot by 2 foot piece of steel that I welded a painter's handle to. So when I'm painting my guidepost or something like that, I could just throw that thing right up on the corner, spray paint it. It doesn't get the gate operator. It doesn't do anything like that. And then I could take it and throw it across the loop, and it gives enough inductance change to where it actually triggers the loop. So, but that does. Now, I have not done the extension cord to test a loop before.
Yeah, that's cool.
So all you
Yeah,
do is you just plug it together and unplug it.
yeah, yeah. You just
Huh.
just go around the loop. You just can go over the loop and plug it in, and
Yeah.
then unplug it, and it creates the
Huh.
cycle. My dad told me that a long time ago, and I forgot about it. And then I watched the SWI video, and they were doing it. I was like, "Oh, my dad taught me that," but I quit doing it because I've always like get in the truck. Let's get in the truck
Yeah.
and test it.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the way to test. You test that. You're testing it with actually what it is, which is the way that I like to test everything. Test it as how the customer is going to use it. So, but yeah, he said he megs every loop. I don't do that unless there's a problem. He's correct in his English here, but I don't do that unless there's a problem. Now, Monty, tell me this. All right, so if you're doing an insulation test on every loop, put in there if you're actually doing an inductance test on every loop, and what you think is more important, because I noticed there's a lot of instruction out there for loop testing, and it's all meg test. So, and granted, there's some more nuance to it. Obviously, if you're going to go out there and test the loops, I would pour water over it, because that's going to give you your best conductivity to ground and show the ass of any sealant or anything like that pops up. But I log the inductance as well as the insulation resistance. So if you have a place like Nevada where the ground is not very conductive, then doing insulation tests might not work for you very well. So, but Bonnie says he does every loop. I would imagine this is old Mark Cobb and not
Hey,
Mary.
Mark.
Mark, hey, thank you for the package, Mark. I got it in the mail, and we're gonna make some decisions on those signs here pretty soon. But we're gonna do something cool. So I was talking to Mark about. Actually, I was talking to Adam about it, and we were going to get Mark involved about doing those aluminum decals that he has and putting the logo on it, but also putting numbers on it. There's so many properties that he has here that, like, in 20 feet, there's like 6 gate operators because barrier arms are so popular. This last one that I was on, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 operators just on the one entry. Entry and exit. So you had your resident, your guest, and your everybody gets out exit. So the problem that you have is that the language is not the same. So somebody says, well, the resident gate on the left side. Well, the resident gate, if you're on the inside of the property, the left side is the right side, and the right side is the left side. So I always say left exit, and your left exit is the same thing as your right entry. So you just say it how you're using the gate is the way that I do it. How do y'all denote what gates what?
Well, there's different terminologies. So this is two terminologies. One is I don't live here, so I'm looking from the outside in. The other
Okay,
is I'm a gate technician, and my operators always majority of the time are in the inside.
fair enough.
So you got two different. If you're installing a gate, you're looking from the outside. If you're installing the operator, you're working on the operator. You're working from the inside, or whichever side the operator's on.
Hey, Monty, what city and state do you live in? Let us know. So that's actually that was the whole point of actually getting these stickers. Now you could go to Home Depot and buy a one, a two, a three, a four. I mean, I got
Yeah,
the doors on my truck are labeled, so
yeah,
it's important to me to know that. But that's exactly what I was trying to say is you can get a phone call from any person that's on that property and them go, hey, what gate are you have a problem with?
yeah.
And you could say it's number 4 or number 7 or
Well, see,
whatever.
that's kind of like what happened to me Friday on my day off. I done three. I done four service calls on my day off.
Oh, good. Getting out there doing it.
But anyway, I went all the way hour 83 miles away is how far it was. And it's a client of ours that has a mini storage not far from where we're at.
Yeah.
And that my dad gets the call from the owner. He said, "Hey, go out here to Kinley." And my dad said he's been out there before years ago. And he said, "Just see what's wrong with it." And so I drive all the way out there, and they got two keypads, one on the inside, one on the outside. And I said, "Well, I got the gate working, everything's fine. I adjusted the wide mouth latch. It's a cantilever gate, and they had a wheel on it, so I had to take the wheel off of it. And it was an Elite 3000. You can't. I said this motor ain't going nowhere as long as it's rolling. It's staying right there. And they had these cheap keypads, one for the inside, one for the outside for exit because they don't have no safety loops or exit loop. And if I would have known that, I would have brought me two wireless keypads and a LA and a LiftMaster receiver,
Yeah.
and boom, I would have been out there, and he would have been in business.
Yeah.
But not having all the information or not having any information can cause you to have to charge more money, or to figure out if you're at the wrong spot or something like that. And then I called the number, and the lady didn't even know I was going to be out there. So it's like a lot of miscommunications.
Yeah. Yeah. The software that I'm using now is Service Titan. I don't know if you've seen it, but
Yeah,
I've heard about it, never used it. I think I still got to get trained on it fully, but it's the user layout is not my favorite, and I think they almost as a gate tech, we'll probably never hear somebody say this, but it's almost like too much information. But it could be how we're using it. But yeah, that's one of the things that they have in the morning meetings where I'm at now at ECA, and they go over the pictures, they upload the pictures to Service Titan for the customer, and so on. So the technician can not only see it, but he can also ask the other technicians what they think and what the issue is.
mm-hmm.
I think it does take a lot of time, and I'm not a meeting guy, but there every once in a while there's a stroke of like, oh crap, I didn't
Well,
even think.
it's good to have meetings, and know what you're doing, because there's a lot of money involved with this stuff. You're traveling, you don't know what's wrong with the gate, but you're getting what information you can from the customer, what's going on, and then hey, send me a picture. Then y'all got this CRM's program stuff y'all got going on there. So I mean, all that's the tools to help out, and also this stuff has got to be developed too. You know, I
Yeah,
think they're not really made for installing for gate technicians and stuff, and I think all this stuff is going to have to be figured out as they go.
Definitely agree. Mark, he said we have reflective and standard numbers. We sell in packs of 10 each. It makes numbering multiple operators easy. So
Hey,
the
I'll be right back. I got to go to the restroom.
All right, no problem. So the only thing about that, Mark, is uh, we were wanting to get the logos on top. So for you guys who have not been to JC Gurry's website, it should be jcgurry.com. Yeah, it's jcgurry.com, and you guys can call them up and ask that. But as with anything, they can customize those signs, and that's what I was wanting to have done. Is that the numbers, like right above the number, have the company name, and then that way, obviously, if they're numbered, and you guys know as well as I do, not very many people are numbering the gate operators that are out there. So you actually inherently have those things staying on there, because the other guys will take your marketing material, they'll take it off and throw it away. But if it has that number on there, and that's what I'm trying to get to, if it has that number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on all the gate operators that are right in that area, there is no way whatsoever that the property manager, the apartment complex manager, anybody is going to let somebody take those stickers off the gate. Now, they could put their sticker over the top of yours, and that's why I was wanting them to get them a unique size, like business cards, vertical business card size, 2x4, and then that way the stickers that most people have, which are generally the opposite way, they're 2 inches tall by 4 inches wide. That way it would be a little bit easier. So, Mark, probably somebody from the office is going to call you and ask you about those. But apparently, he's got a new and improved website coming soon, because Mark is so technical at JC Gurry. You could actually call him and ask him any IT questions you ever want. But if you guys haven't bought anything from JC Gurry, it's a great company, great people, family owned. 1-800-903-3385, 714-738-6650. You guys have always been big boosters of mine, so check them out. But also get your custom gate operator signs from them as well too. So while Robert's gone, a couple of things that we were going to talk about today was just the YouTube videos and stuff that are out there, and do some reaction videos. But I forgot my mouse and forgot the setup for it, so that'll probably be next week. I think and then we've got guests after that. If you guys are interested in having your customer come on and talk to us about problems, yourself, your employees, or anything like that, and come on and talk to you about problems, test equipment, or anything like that, yeah, obviously, always at any point in time, you can get my number and call me. But my time is pretty limited these days. We've got some training and stuff coming back. So I've got, I'm pretty busy, but you can always come on the show and ask us questions. Foam backed aluminum is really difficult to remove or over sticker. Oh, that's actually a good point. So if you're going to apply a sticker on top of your sticker, it would be kind of hard to do. So with that in mind, everybody in the office has one of those little JC Gurry foam back stickers like sitting on their desk, because the feel of it and the look of it is as important to what we're doing. But more importantly for me, if you guys don't recognize this, those stickers, they stay on that gate operator forever. People are moving every 3 to 5 years. So if you have residential customers in your business, it's helpful to have that sticker on there, because you would be surprised that sticker on the gate operator is the only thing they know on how to get gate operator service from that. I would also recommend magnets as well too. And if I remember correctly, and I do remember correctly, you can also get magnets from JC Gurry. I guess this is one big JC Gurry ad. But no, the point that we were trying to get to was that how people describe what gate they're talking about from a layman's person or from the technician's level. When I look at a gate and determine how it's actually going to go and describe it, for instance, the gate Robert and I were talking about earlier before his stomach got upset on him, I guess we'll see how that goes. There was 1, 2, 3, 4. There was 3 openings: a resident opening, a guest opening, and everybody free exit. And there was 2 operators and a barrier arm, and an operator. And in the morning meetings, what was going on is, hey, that gate that's on the resident side, on the left side. All right, so is it the left from the inside or the left from the outside? Because it's 2 different gates. The left entry and the right exit are the same exact thing. So knowing that is very helpful. And on top of that, I would highly recommend doing the labeling, even if you use Home Depot, even if you use like a Home Depot type sticker, that's great. But these foam back aluminum ones are really helpful because you can also do your own marketing on it as well too. So Mark from JC Gurry brought up a point, Robert, about those foam backed aluminums, stickers or decals. I wanted them in a weird shape, like vertical shape, so like a number, so 2 inches wide, 4 inches long, and then put the logo of the company on top of it. So it would be harder for people to sticker, because most people's stickers are the opposite. They're 2 inches tall and 4 inches wide as opposed to 4 inches tall. And he would just pointed out that it's really difficult to remove the sticker and it's really difficult to over sticker it. So I guess that surface is so smooth that it'll just come right off. So,
well,
anyways.
I mean, I like the fact that y'all want to label like a number, because, like, so you got 7 gates on one job site. So it'll be nice to, hey, this is gate 1, this is gate 2, and this is my company that represents the service call, the installation, or whatever. And I think that's cool.
Yeah, I even do it to my doors on my truck. So it's real easy to describe. I was out working with the guys probably 4 weeks ago, and they had 3 trucks there. And just explaining where to get a shovel from took an extra
That's
10
hard.
minutes. Like, no, not that door. So anyways, that's why I always recommend label every door in your truck, including the driver's door, including the passenger door, inside and out. So right now, if you open up the driver's side door on my truck, which by the way is going to be sold on the mechanic special, I freaking blew a head gasket right when I got here.
Yeah.
I took a video and pictures and all that shit. So hopefully a gate operator tech or a access control tech will
How
be
much
like,
you want for it?
Well, I'm asking $1,500 for it.
1,500.
Yeah, so the head gaskets, I got prices from $1,500 to $2,100. So the engine's probably got about 30,000 miles on it, and maybe a little bit more. But I put a new engine in it from, I think, Jasper or Jegs or something like that. Anyways, so the engine was put in by a qualified company that did AT&T, their service for AT&T trucks. And I just had a bunch of work done to it. I had it serviced and all that stuff. So anyways, but the bed on it really is what's worth it.
That's what I want.
Yeah, the truck would be nice. As I scratch my nuts, sorry. That's a little easy to see there. I don't think we needed that.
I just had an oh Lord moment. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
I figure you were eating Mexican food or something like that. But hey, that's why this is the 2 smooth operators, not the 2 church going operator guys. So anyways, I did all that work to it. The engine's solid. GM trucks or whatever, they are known for front end issues. I had like $4,000 worth of front end stuff done from Firestone, and it's a good little truck. I've got a place to keep it, so it's not going to be something I'm like taking any offers from, but it is what it is. So yeah. But even on my doors, like if you open up one of the side doors, it's labeled. On my racks on top, they're labeled as well too. So I could say put it in 4, and they know that it's going in the long ground rod box and so on. So, yeah, that's it about labels. But yeah, I would label every door in my truck, and that's how. Hopefully, I'm going to get these guys on their trucks as well too. Now that I'm in Atlanta, so
Cool.
what were you out there doing? Eating Mexican food?
Nah, I ate pork and beans before I eat supper. I ain't haven't eat supper yet, and I ate me some beanie weenies. I reckon
What did? Where
I
was
had
that
to.
picture that Amber took? Were y'all out tonight,
Oh, we
or?
went last night. We went to a Joe Nichols concert.
Oh yeah.
Tequila makes her clothes fall off. The guy that sings that song. And
Oh
it's
yeah. I don't know that
sunny
I've
and
heard.
75.
There you
Yeah.
go. Hey, have you heard of a guy named Charlie Crockett? He's a new country singer the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, he's just coming on the scene.
Yeah, there. I'm gonna try to take my mom to it. There's like a resort or something. I think it's north of Asheville that he's going to be playing at, and oh man, it might be August. So I got to figure out that the deal with those pretty soon.
Yeah,
But I
you better
want to,
get tickets because they'll get sold out.
yeah, I need to look at it. But yeah, man, I've just every freaking song that he's come out with has just been a effing hit, man. They've just been really good. So, anyways, but no, I don't. I guess maybe I do know that song. I don't know that I've heard it in a
It's an
house
older
concert.
song. It's old. You know that song.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
how was the
you've heard it
concert?
before. It was great. I was disappointed how many people didn't show up.
Wasn't that
Um,
busy?
Normally there would be like this venue that have these concerts. They have about up to like 2,000, 3,000 people there. I bet you there weren't about 500 people there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but the next concert in August is going to be Trace Atkins, so I think that's going to be a big one.
And you guys were just there. You weren't working. You weren't running the
No,
sound.
no,
Or
no.
okay.
Now the first time he came out there, we opened up for him. But this time, no.
The
The
pink
venue
slips did.
used to sponsor us, but they don't sponsor us no more.
The pink slips.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
right on. Why are you called the pink slips?
Because we all got fired from different bands
Oh yeah.
and put our pink slips together.
Oh yeah. Who was it? Was it Dan Blanc? Was he put some kind of? He took a picture and put it on his social media the other day of a citation that the fire department gave him. He framed it and everything.
Oh, he
Like, I,
did.
yeah. So I don't know. Just thinking of pink slips just made me think of that real quick.
Yeah, well, a
But
lot of people think it's pink slips for racing, pink slip as a lady's undergarment, and pink
oh
slip for getting fired, going to the unemployment office. Well, you can buy our merch.
yeah, yeah. Well, man, that was. I was just mentioning while you were gone for a second that we were going to do some reaction videos probably on the next one once I get my mouse
Yeah.
and everything, but I left it at the freaking office.
Mm.
So, what other service calls did you have? What other service calls did you have going?
I see. I got a Viking G5. Oh, we had a bad. It's crazy about electrical storms we get, and then the gate would be like not working. I went out there. I couldn't get the board to cooperate. Wouldn't do nothing. So I said, "Well, we got to get a new board," and I left. Come back out there with the board. Hell, the damn thing
Everything's working.
working. I'm like, what? 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 And then, but what was not working was the limit switches, and that was the problem. It would overextend, and it was Viking G5 overextend, and then wouldn't do nothing. And so I told the customer, I said, I got to come back with limit switches because I ran out of them because I've been switching them out like crazy here lately. So I
Oh yeah.
ordered some limit switches. I got about 20 of them come. I'll have them gone in a couple weeks probably. I've
Are
been
they running
changing
the?
out a lot of limit switches here lately.
They're not running the motor power through there. They're just running 5 volts through there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's weird that
so,
those go out so quick.
well, they break
Or,
connection, you know.
oh yeah.
It's just a connection issue, all this. And
They they mechanically bad, or are you thinking that the electrical storms are knocking them out?
I think mechanically bad because this gate opens up a lot.
Huh.
So
Okay.
it's been there 10 years, so I know
Oh, well.
it. So it's you know it's been, and then the other one I replaced the limit switch on the one I installed 2 years ago on a Viking column mount, and it weren't the limit switch. It was the plastic piece that goes around the cam. It wore it out
Huh.
where it rubs.
Yeah.
How it rubs against the metal switch,
Is
and
it
then
a nylon nut piece
you
or
know
no?
it's the column mount, so it
Yeah.
has a little plastic piece that slips over top of the shaft. That's
Yeah.
kind of odd shape,
Yeah, it's white.
oblong.
Is it white?
Well, this is black.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's been a minute since I put one of those in.
Well, you know it wore the plastic out where it hits the switch. It just wore it out where it would cause it not to receive the, you know, if it's closed or open, receive the information it needed to receive. And so I took it off, put the new switch on because I was thinking it was a switch, and then I took and compared the old cam to the new cam, and it was shaped differently and it was wore out. So I put the new one
Huh.
on there, and it took off fine, nothing wrong. So that's
Yeah,
what it was. Just that little piece getting wore out can cause your gate not to close and tell the board that the gate's still closed or open, you know.
well, I didn't know that didn't know that there was so many electrical problems here in oh, hold on. Oh yeah, I didn't know that there were so many electrical problems in this part of the world, and now that we're both in the same part of the world,
Yeah.
that I got to figure out what the deal is, because the only way that I'm aware of how to test, whether ground rod's effective or not,
They're
and
not.
from what I've been told, that's how they're solving some of the problems here in Atlanta. So I looked at their the ground rod resistivity clamp meter. Man, they don't start.
That ain't got nothing to do whenever lightning hits an outlet and it travels and it blows that board up, and there's a ground rod and it's effective because I've got to go replace one tomorrow where there's ground rod, nice ground copper. I mean, it's in there to the T, and they're still blowing stuff out.
Oh
It ain't
yeah.
the light; it's the static electricity. People don't understand that.
All right. Well,
You can
I
put a
don't. I
ground
don't know.
rod on it, and it might take it. It takes it to the ground, but it ain't gonna take that static electricity to the ground.
Monty's saying those G5 limits or limits on any Viking for that matter, always watch for the open stop close light to be flashing and no response from the board. What's that telling us, Monty? Is it telling us it's a bad board, or is it telling us
It's telling
that
you the
there's
switch is bad.
Gotcha. So yeah, he's not too far from me, which is also not too far from you. I mean, we're not next door to each other, but
Yeah.
we're getting close. Hey, what's up, Christopher? How you doing? Thanks for stopping by and checking us out. All
But
right,
on the ground rod stuff, yeah, that does help out putting the ground rod in. I ain't gonna say it does not, but don't think it won't. What helps the most is putting you a surge protector on in between the electrical.
Okay, I've seen those too, and so in the shop where they had those on gate operators, they've had taken out. I got to get educated on it enough. Dallas, which has a lot of lightning strikes, I never really had that many problems with them, and when I did, you could literally look and everything would be fried. I mean, I had video of it hitting concrete, traveling up the gate, and blowing the control board out. And here's another fence guy telling us technical aspects of problems that he had. Some guy named Brian Friederson. I had 2 fried sprocket capacitors and a bad power reflector this week. Brian, I think you need to stay with fence work or whatever you do because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. No surprise. No surprise. I mean, not that anybody didn't need that. So I pulled this picture up. This is a gate operator that I installed, the Viking. This was on a gate at a church. This had to be, the picture was 10 years ago, so it had to have been about 15 years ago. Aluminum gate, steel hinge post, and we just had a devil of a time. I don't have no idea why I'm saying that. We just had a heck of a time getting that operator mounted to brick. So we had brick with cinder blocks on the inside of it, and we ended up using a Hilti adhesive. So it has a fitting or a mesh, circle mesh that goes into the hole first, right? And it sticks out past the thickness of the brick. And then you squeeze a caulk gun in there.
That don't look too good, man.
Squeeze the caulk gun in there.
Children, close your eyes.
You squeeze the caulk gun in there, and then on the back of that,
it's looking even worse. We do.
The mesh.
That's what I was doing a while ago. Coming out the back end.
Well, the mesh out of the back end, the caulk out of the back end, it spreads the adhesive, and then
that's what she said.
It locks in like a carriage bolt or whatever those the bolts with the wing nuts on there, and becomes hard as steel. And then you just put your anchor in there and let it cure, and you're good to go. So, anyways, if anybody,
I installed a column mount a couple weeks ago, and I used them lag bolts that you drill into the brick mortar, and it worked perfect. And,
was it a 2-piece or a 1-piece?
1-piece. I didn't put no. I had some adhesive just in case I needed it. Two-part adhesive.
Yeah,
I didn't need it this time, so I was like, "Oh, thank the Lord on this one." So it worked out great.
So, is that those Titan bolts that are made by Simpson Strong Tie? That just
yeah, I reckon you call them. I don't know what you call them now.
Okay. But,
they're just like a torque, like a lag bolt, but for concrete. You just
gotcha. So I've seen those before, but the problem with those is you can't use it. I mean, once you try to, like, you're like, oh crap, I got to pull that back out because I got to feed something under. You do that.
You can pull them back out. You can pull them back out.
Well, you do that a couple of times, and then that hole gets jacked up to where it doesn't bite.
That's why I had that adhesive too. Because normally I got to drill the backing plate out for the column mount operator because the holes are too small, and I had to drill them, make them holes bigger, so I could put a bigger anchor in there.
Gotcha. Yeah, I always just wanted to put a long bolt with one of those wings on the end of it, grab the back of it, and then that's it. Yeah. But you have to put a pretty big hole in it. But that adhesive is pretty much anything overhead.
That adhesive stuff.
Yeah, anything overhead or on a vertical surface like that, there's no doubt it's getting adhesive. Even on that particular application, I probably should have put adhesive on the back of the gate operator and let it suck on the brick and bite to it. Monty was saying ground rods bring lightning into the operator more than they take it away. We've run into that constantly. So I am definitely not qualified. I'm not qualified to talk about this, but the guys that I trust, I'm an amateur radio operator, KG5CEG for anybody else that's out there as a radio operator. The guys that I trust in radio operators, which is the reason why I got into it, because they were the smartest. They're the smartest guys. We're a brief intermission because they're the smartest guys, Monty, is they will put their life behind ground rods actually work. So let's see what else Monty was saying. Ground rods bring lightning. That's the one we just talked about. Oh, he was saying that the lights actually show bad limit. That's what Robert was saying. Viking sells a nice little surge protector also the Ditech. See, I haven't used surge protectors, so I'm not 1,000% sure on their effectiveness. So I mean, if they work, they work. Is that what you're telling me, Money? Is that they work? They've done work for you good? Money was also saying that he uses epoxy with all thread anytime we mount the column or mount operators. That way we could go through the brick into the concrete behind. I am the exact same way. As a matter of fact, what I used to do was all gate operators would get epoxy, and if I could get an epoxy at Home Depot that was easy to work with, I would do it. The problem with the epoxy that they have, and some of the Home Depots that you go to, you could actually get a Hilti epoxy, and I trust Hilti on anchors more than I do anybody else. But they sell a construction adhesive that's really good as well too. The problem is that you use it, it mixes it in the tip, you squeeze it in there, you put the anchor. By the time you go to the next anchor, the tip is already solid, so you have to put another tip on there, and so on and so on. So it's not easy to do. The way that I do it now is I'll get all my holes drilled and then go epoxy, have a second person do the anchor, epoxy, second person do the anchor, and so on. Just because I hate dealing with it, having to mess with the tips and all that stuff. So it sounds like that's the way that Monty does as well too. The problem with toggle bolts is a lot of time the block is older and it crumbles. That's why we've gone to epoxy only. So is that what it is? Toggle bolt. I can't remember why I fucking couldn't remember that goddamn name.
Yeah.
Toggle bolt. So anyways, they help nothing's going to stop a direct lightning strike. He was talking about surge protect. We were talking about surge protectors.
Look at that. You want to talk to an expert? Okay, let me show you what an expert is. You see this?
No.
You know what that's for?
I don't want to know. No. What you do in your personal life?
Now this is how far I've gone into the fencing world.
Yep.
This is a ground jumper wire. It's got two ends like this.
Yeah.
When you work for the government, like I have, which I don't no more. Well, sometimes.
You tired of getting paid in 12 months?
No, man, they pay on time. Hell, ain't nothing wrong working in government. They just got to know how to do it. You got a little thing right here. This is a mold that you put magnesium in it. You stick this in there. Let me open it up. It ain't been opened up in years. Anyway, this goes up in there like this. And this goes up against your post or your gate frame, and you heat it up, and it molds the copper to carbon steel.
Gotcha.
Now, most people are taking it and drilling a hole and putting a bolt and the clamp on. Well, guess what? You're wrong. This is the only way to do it because it's being heated up and welded to that carbon steel. And then when it's hooked to there, then it'll go to ground then, and it won't spark. But what happens is you got a clamp and a bolt, and then over time it gets corroded. Guess what? It's not going to ground, people. It's sparking when it gets a surge. Then it goes up and blows all your components.
Gotcha.
So this is a jumper for from post to gate.
Gotcha. So, but you're telling me that you're confident in bonding those two together and it helps, or you're bonding those two together because you have to because government specifications?
No, it helps. It helps. It's bonded. There's no link. There's no bolt.
It's welded together.
To it. It's welded. It's bonded. There's nothing no better than that. So if you're not doing that, you're wasting your time.
Well, okay. So you would then say that you're not necessarily against grounding rods. You just have to install. And I understand that was not a grounding rod. You were just bonding two pieces together, right? Mm-hmm. So I understand that. But you're saying that you would have more confidence in a grounding rod
You know
if
what
it
you
was
have to do to get it to work properly? You have to dig a trench 3 foot in the ground. You have to go all the way across your structure. If you got a fence, you have to dig a fence 3 foot in the ground, all the way around the fence. And
okay,
you have to ground the fence in the corner, in the middle, or in 3 different spots. Depends on how you have to have it all grounded. And then
okay.
it'll all go to the ground in. But if it ain't all grounded, you're wasting your time.
Well,
And that's the fact.
okay, that's fair enough. I mean,
But it
but
makes
I'm
you
just,
feel good
but
if I put a 6 foot rod in the ground, it's grounded. That don't mean it's grounded.
but are you trying to say, so what are you doing for your gate operators? Are you doing anything for the gate
I
operators?
don't ground. I just if the electrical's got to be grounded. If the electrical ain't grounded, you're wasting your time. Not that's where the surges come from. The electrical side. It's a 50-50 to me. I haven't had too many problems with only time I have it when you have a direct hit of lightning,
Mm-hmm.
it's bad. So
Yeah.
I don't have that problems. Now what I've had to do is put surge protectors on because at the facility I'm working at tomorrow, they've got surge protectors, they got ground rods, and they're still getting blown.
Well, I mean, again, there's nothing, it's not foolproof, but I'm just trying
No.
to figure out for anybody that's listening that might have an opinion or curious about themselves.
What I just said, they got to dig a trench all the way
No,
around.
hold on, but you're
They're
talking about the fence.
yeah, fence. Yeah,
All right, well, fuck fences. Nobody fucking installs fences that's worth a damn anyway. I'm talking about the gate operators. The gate
the
operator
gate's
technician,
part of the fence though.
the most important. Well, the gate. So you're saying, but the gate operator.
But the whole electrical grid, it's got to be a part of the building and
Okay,
everything. It's
okay,
not
that's
just
fair enough. Now that
yeah.
that's fair
You're
enough.
just putting
I
it
give
out
you that.
one ground rod in the ground, saying, "Oh Lord, don't strike me," and it's
Okay,
going.
that's
It
fair
don't
enough.
protect it.
That's fair enough, and maybe that's something in the manuals that we need to take a look a little bit more detail, and maybe there's a manufacturer or distributor or a technical person that knows more about it, and they'll come on and tell us.
I tell
Because
you, who you need to get up with the people that build towers. That's who you
well,
need to
that's
talk
what I'm
to.
saying. When you had to go take a poop piece, that's exactly what I was saying. That's the reason why I got involved with being a radio technician, right? Because when
Mm.
they build their antennas, when they build their equipment, when they do RF, electronic, electrical, sometime mechanical, they're the best at what they do, right? In
Mm-hmm.
my opinion, if I was going to look at one group of people, the telecommunication people that are out there doing that stuff, the towers, the wireless,
Mm-hmm.
the data, those guys are the best. And
I
that's why
put
I
yeah, I put
got my
fences up them around those for 12 years, and they had me grounding the fence to their grounding wire in the
so
ground.
grounding does work
It does work because I seen the lightning hit the tower and just go down.
and not damage anything.
Nope, they still
That
get lightning damage. They'll still get a
okay.
damage every now and then. There's no full protection from it.
But
Now
but as
they done
but as a
all they
whole,
could to protect it though.
they've got the worst situation
Yeah.
because they're the highest, right?
Mm-hmm.
And and it's all metal and it's all
Mm-hmm.
wet, right?
Mm-hmm.
As
Yeah.
opposed to like a tree that just got rained on or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. So
They
anyways,
even
I think
ground the barbed wire. They even
yeah,
ground the top rail to the post, and then the post into the ground or into the underground buried wire, and it interlocks with their grounding system.
okay, that's fair enough. So there's a reason for it, there's a reason behind it, but it might just very well be that we're doing it wrong or not taking the
Yeah,
time to do it.
maybe if we, because you put hook a wire up to it and ground it. I mean, I've done it to my keypad stand where, well, I'm gonna ground my keypad stand, and then it still gets zapped. And that's
Yeah.
why I came to the conclusion maybe this is not correct.
Well, on top of that, how are you doing that? Are you taking a so first of all, your keypad stand in itself is not a good ground because of the paint. And if you're buying it powder coated or dipped or whatever, none of that is
You can
exposed.
you
So
can
then you
take
put a
that wire that's inside the keypad where it says where it normally got the wire on the nut and it's green. You can run
ground.
your wire all the way down and out and run your ground. That's the proper way to doing it.
Fair enough.
But who does that?
Well, I can't think of any time that I've done it. Well, I mean, I have done it a few times, but it's
Yeah.
typically an application that it's already done. So
Hmm.
I offered the soil out in Texas for the most part was conducive to easily installing ground rods. So I would offer a ground rod installation for $299.
Hmm.
And that would get you one ground rod, the clamp, the bond, and the 30 minutes that it takes to do it.
Hmm.
Of course, as copper goes up, but anyways, but I just never saw the value in it because we just didn't have very many unexplained issues.
Yeah.
But I had to offer it because the last thing that I want is for it to get electrical strike, and then the customer go, "Well, why didn't you offer me a ground rod?"
But
So
the main problem that you get is not from the direct hit from lightning, it's the surge coming through the wires.
from the electrical line,
Either the electrical or if
from the
it picks
service.
up the static electricity. And I mean, like the last time I did a lightning call, the man's lightning got hit, zapped all. It was 100 foot away from the gate.
Is
Went
what got
through
hit? You
LA
said it's
four, LA 400
lightning.
got hit. It was 100 foot
Okay.
away, direct hit. Went through all his electrical outlets, blew the light bulbs up on the columns,
Mm-hmm.
and then it went to the gate operator. Only thing it blew up didn't mess up the LA 400 board or nothing. It blew out my transformer for my mag lock. It blew it dead, and
Yeah.
that was it. I don't even know why. How'd that happen? I have no ground rods on this gate at all.
Well, I'm just curious how conductive an LA 400 is, considering all the parts in it are plastic.
Yeah, but it
But
all only thing that
anyway,
blew up was the electrical
was
on the
it
electrical
solar?
with the. It was brand new
Oh,
install,
yeah,
like
it's
two
brand
weeks
new
later.
install. Gotcha. But it was AC powered, right? If it had a
AC
mag lock,
power
it was.
that got hit
Yeah.
directly,
Yeah.
and
Well,
I was lucky that nothing else got fried.
I mean, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen because apparently they're having whole buildings here in Atlanta that are getting blown out. I
And
mean,
you won't
it's
fix that because they don't have it ground properly with the electrical system.
yeah. There you go. So, anyways, well, I think that does grounding and stickers and all that stuff as much as we could do it. So, man, let's get this show on the road and tell everybody thanks for watching.
Yeah,
And let's
man. Yeah, check in with us next week, and you want to play the outro? What's
yeah, go ahead and
that?
play that outro. Monty said the power surge is where the surge protectors come into play. If you'll notice, Automatic on the Toro Prime have actually added a surge protector that the
Yeah,
motors plug into
yeah,
separate from the board. Oh yeah, I haven't noticed that.
yeah. I noticed I had one get zapped, and I didn't replace it. I just hooked it in directly. I you know
Hey Monty, do me a favor if you can. Just take a picture of that, post it on tag two smooth operators, and post it in the forums. We'd appreciate it. All right. Hey, Monty, thank you for all the
yeah.
interaction. Appreciate it. We'd love to have you on, but for whatever reason, you're either a bot or you refuse to come on. So I can't blame you. But Jim, Justin, Brian, I was giving you a hard time.
What's
Thanks
up,
for
Brian?
and
Get that
let's
sprocket fixed, man.
get that electric sprocket on the reflector.
Yeah,
On
make
the
sure that reflector sprocket works correctly.
That's what you get with the fence guy. They don't know nothing about gates.
That's the damn truth.
All right,
I don't
man. Let's
believe
roll it
anybody
out.
knows anything about gates.
No, I don't. I haven't met him yet. I'm looking for his ass.
Yeah. But here we go.
Hit
And
play,
Robert
baby.
Evers. Hold on, let me get it right. Let me get it right.
Yeah, you skipped my name.
I know. I forgot to turn my fader up, man. Sound
Oh,
engineering problem here.
Money said we didn't ask him to come on. Man,
Who's
I asked you
that?
a million times. Money.
Hey, y'all want to come on? Y'all come on anytime y'all want. Just
Yep,
pay me
let's do it.
$350. Y'all come on anytime you want.
375 for me.
Thank you for tuning in to Two Smooth Operators Podcast, baby. Your host,
Thanks,
Michael
Mike.
Brooks and Robert Evers. I'd like
me.
to thank you for tuning in. Also,
Oh, you did the outro. This is the first
tune
time we
in
heard the
next
outro.
Sunday, 5 o'clock Eastern Time. Thank you very much for watching another great episode of Two Smooth Operators.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. That's the first time the outro's been played. So y'all got a special exclusive.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, let's get this. I got more gate operator shit I got to go do at the training facility. So up at
You're still live.
I know I'm still live. I was about to hit the end stream. So I was just telling everybody I got work to do.